what we have tonight.
Alright.
The girl walks into the bodega. She has over, bit shaken from the last issue. She looks onto it, and on the ground there's a new symbol burned into what seems to be a graveyard. And it's kind of lightning striking a tower. And the tower catching fire. And we open up and we see Eddie. You're in a. What happened last time was
I wasn't here last time.
You weren't. I'm gonna inform you what happened to your character.
Oh, okay.
While the team was going to deal with the blink of fog, you on the scene saw one of the Yakuza's head members watching you guys, and you decided to stall him so you guys can get through with the plan. You talked it out for a bit, then you tried to just use gadgets to delay him, and then it ended with you being dragged into the bar, and at that point, the team had already worked down its way to Kid Blanco. Bastion was already zooming out with the man, went right past him and into just the great beyond, of which Shimazu just kind of just said, huh, went up to basically outside the bar to wait for everybody, but Traveler lost control of her powers, and basically 5 stories underneath the first floor of the karaoke bar is rubble and a crater. And so you followed the team to the hospital where, after a talk with Traveler, Bastion paragoned and left. You were getting coffee.
Heck.
And we open up with you in a hospital hallway. You look at Bastion just kind of confused, like, just rub his face, as you've probably seen numerous times. Sigh. And then, like, the entire hallway goes dark. There's a brief flash, and he's gone.
Eddie is confused. Like, there was literally just like a split second of Bastion, right?
I'll also say that Traveler also noticed the flash.
Oh, is everybody here, or is everybody in this hospital right now?
I'm not. Only Traveler and you are in the hospital.
Aren't you like 4 floors up in like the ICU?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So technically everyone is in the hospital, but
I get a special treatment.
Yeah.
Because I'm rich.
Little princeling.
Eddie's just gonna kind of turn to a Traveler, point at where Bastion just was for a second, and say,
She's inside a room, so I'm guessing you walk in.
Oh, okay. I thought this was yeah. Eddie's just gonna walk into that room and be like, am I crazy, or was that just Bastion?
He did just leave. If there was a flash, you saw him?
Yeah, and I did see him.
What was the flash?
It was just like a flash, and the whole room went dark. And then there was just Bastion looking very disapproving. You know, how he does.
He was talking about accepting who he was, and then just left. Left the room at least. I don't know what. I don't know.
Accepting who he was, as in what?
I'm not completely sure. Maybe the whole God Scion thing? Maybe the hero thing? I really don't know. He was kind of vague and just turned and walked away.
That's not good. So is it just you and me now, or?
I don't know what's going to happen now if he left and if he's not coming back. And you can just kind of, she's already in pain and like very kind of out of it, but you just see her get more forlorn as she says that line there about him not coming back.
Eddie is just like, he's doing that thing where he's doing the smile of, he's doing that thing where he's smiling, but it's a hollow smile, and you could feel the visible confusion. So, who's going to lead the calamity?
If it's just the two of us, I don't know that there is a calamity.
And with that, I think we're gonna skip ahead like 24 hours. We see Hornet eventually in the 24 hours get what he wants, and Bodkid, you get to go home for a short stay of night.
Sorry, what? Your mic cut out?
You get to go home for like a short night,
Cool.
thanks to the teleportation powers of the unknown organization that everybody seems to know except you.
Oh yeah, Eddie doesn't Eddie still not know that like in the Illuminati or something?
Yup.
Like he's been to the base, but he doesn't necessarily know what it was or where it was or anything like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Any case, you walk in, it's probably like 9 a.m. and you run smack dab into your mother, and she has a bandolier of arrows sitting on the kitchen table.
Oh shit.
She kind of pads like with a napkin like her face under her eyes, and turns to you and points at the bandolier of arrows and goes, "Explain."
Eddie just kind of has his hands up, not like in surrender, but like at like chest level, like he's trying to be like, "Yo, calm down." And she's gonna be like, and he's gonna be like, "I'm an archer. You know I'm into archery."
Okay, archery. And then she brings up a tube of blueprints.
Just a little bit of sweat, a single little bit of sweat protrudes from his forehead, and he's just gonna say, I like gadgets.
Do you want to roll to provoke?
Let's go. Hold on, hold on, I forgot to join the game. Give me a second.
It should be brilliant.
This is gonna go horribly. This is gonna go horribly. Eddie, I like gadgets, Crag. He's not gonna get off this. He's not gonna get off with this. Oh wait, no, I have a 2 in superior. This might go well. It's probably not going to though.
Ooh. Not instant failure. And so she just pauses and looks at it and goes, so that's what you want to do, is just gadgets for superheroes.
I like archery, superheroes, and gadgets. I thought you knew all of this.
I barely know half of what's going on in these pages, but I know a bomb when I've seen one.
What? Like, that's not out of character. Eddie literally just says, like, he takes a moment and he's, what?
There's an arrow that I think explodes.
There are like 3 of those.
You know how troubling that is, right?
It's just a blueprint.
I don't want to get to see you caught up in that world.
Oh heck. Oh heck. There's just a legitimate trickle of like sweat falling off of his forehead right now. As like the gears are churning in his brain trying to think of how he can get out of this.
I mean, I didn't want to invade your personal space, but I thought I might clean it up while you were away. Took me 40 minutes to clean up the darts.
Yeah, I have a lot of. Hold on, wait. Does she have the water bottle or the vials of nasty that he had in his room?
She does not.
Oh, thank God. Eddie's just gonna accidentally say, "Yeah, I have a lot of I have a lot of Nerf guns."
Yeah. Look, I know I haven't been the most present mother, and maybe that might have some effect, and if you need someone to talk to, well, I'll try and figure something out with one of my friends, maybe.
It's just a hobby, okay?
Alright, alright. And she just kind of like puts down like the roles of like inventions and then just kind of like just heads into her bedroom.
Thank God she did not question the duffel bag.
Didn't you bring that with you?
Yeah, I'm saying the duffel bag that he has over his shoulder. Because if she much was asked to see inside that thing, it all would have come undone. She would have seen the drone. the archery equipment, the hero costume.
In any case, you head to bed. Kaz, the doctor, comes by.
Yep.
And he goes, well, good news is none of your bones are broken.
Good to
Good
hear.
couple of fractures, bruises, but nothing a week can't solve.
All right.
If I see any kind of news, anything about the Hornet, I'll be coming after you. In
Oh,
my
I
own
would like
pursuit.
to see that.
It was. I have something infinitely more powerful than your father could ever come up with. Sanity and wisdom.
What? Sorry, you cut out.
Sanity and wisdom.
Okay. That's kind of scary.
In any case, your limo's outside.
Ah, thank God. Hate this place. Anyway,
I would think that would be a deterrent.
have a good one.
You too, Kaz.
Yeah. Go in my limousine, I drive, and I look bored at my Twitter feed and all of that.
Yep, half of your stuff is in compression bands. You got probably one of those weird square bandages under your eye. And, you kind of get to the door and you see the bigger, the muscular twin Enma.
Oh
standing
God.
outside the front.
Can I be safe from older people today?
No, you've been summoned
By who?
by the agency.
Mr. Johnson?
Not
Does he want-
exactly, but a man who speaks with his authority.
That old doghead, I hope I don't have to fix his VHS recorder again.
He assures you that Vulcan is doing a good enough job.
Damn. Already taking the help of the gods, I see.
Vulcan's been
Alright.
helping for decades. Maybe even centuries, who knows?
I'm sure you will miss me so much while I'm over there.
He's actually meeting you in the sanctum.
Oh. Why not in a nice place for once?
If only your wit were as sharper. I mean, if only your bones were as sharper as your wit.
It's sturdy, not sharp. Otherwise it would poke through my skin. Alright, let's go there to that creepy otherworldly museum place where you store all kinds of creepy magical stuff that I hate.
Yep. So it's 9 a.m. on the next day in Japan, and Eddie, you kind of wake up at 8:30 p.m.
Sounds about right.
Your mother has already gone for her shift, and outside the window you see Crossfire in her own just costume.
Just
Recurve bow.
literally just outside of his room.
Yep.
Eddie does that thing people do, where he sits up in his bed and pulls the covers up with him, and he points at his window, and he screams, "Why are you here?"
Due to the recent nature of your team, the report has been already submitted. and she pulls up her phone and kind of like taps on the window.
Eddie slowly gets up and opens it just enough that he could like stick his head through, essentially.
And she just kind of puts the phone next to her face. And Trevor, you on the television screen also see the same kind of newsreel. Is in one of the largest cemeteries in Tokyo. Suddenly, out of the ground burst up some 50-something zombies. And for 10 minutes, they kind of mingle about, and in the middle of it is this horrendous Frankenstein bird beast. Along with a smaller, hunched in form of just this kind of thinner bird. And 5 minutes later, maybe, you see Bastion in a different form. He was wearing these kind of very loose clothing. Like almost like a habit almost. But much more refined. And there's just a quick second where he just walks halfway through to the point in the cemetery, looks at the bird, and then a small nova encompasses the whole of the cemetery. And the camera just then refocuses after nearly being seared, and it focuses on this kind of just smoldering pile of ash just in the that where these two figures were sitting. And we once again see that symbol of the tower on fire, struck by lightning on the ground surrounding them. And everything else is untouched. 2 minutes later, as Bastion's sort of inspecting the ashes, we see another being enter through the temple entrance. A humongous wizard man wielding a katana that looks more like a short sword to him. And Bastion looks haggard, sighs. The wizard is making pointing motions and calling out to him as a challenge, and it's only about 2 seconds before Bastion makes a hand motion. The sword gets ripped out of the wizardman's hands. The wizardman gets dug and eaten by the stone pathway of the cemetery up to his neck. And there's just another pillar of fire around his head. And we see him unconscious. And Bastion looks up at the sky, points to the wizard, shrugs, and then with another flash is gone.
Huh. Yeah, still a little confused at him just leaving like that and everything, but he seems alive at least.
Eddie just looks at what's her name? Crossfire?
Yep.
Eddie just looks at Crossfire and just says, "What order?"
What order?
Yeah, she said the order's already.
Oh, yeah. You portal halfway down the street.
Wait, she just portals him halfway down the street?
No, there's a portal halfway down the street.
Oh, okay.
I don't have that kind of power.
Okay. Eddie's just am I going back to Japan?
Maybe for a little bit.
Is it just gonna be me and Traveler?
That's I haven't been privy to it, so I don't know. But all I know is that a lot of other members have left, being weirdly associated with the Roman pantheon. Hoplites left. I guess has left.
So what are we doing exactly?
Well, that's for you guys to figure out. I was just sent here as a messenger.
Not a good time for this, I'll tell you that.
It's a short meeting, a conversation, really. No assignment, no jobs.
Like he's just like, I'll get ready, I guess.
And she's like, I'll wait politely in the building roof next door.
Eddie just kind of before she leaves and he's heading for his closet, he just says, "Hero costume or no?"
Whatever you want. Also, nice abs.
Thanks.
She takes like a rope arrow and kind of like zips to the next roof.
Eddie just quietly says, "Damn, I wish I had one of those." And then he just suits up, gets his gear on, his archery shit, and just heads right back on over to his window and looks for what's her name? Crossfire.
She's on the roof next door.
Roof next door. All right. Eddie just proceeds to take the stairs up to his rooftop and then waves over to her because he has no way to get over there.
She kind of just shoots another rope arrow.
Eddie goes ahead and climbs right across it and then says, "I wish I had those, but I have no money."
DIY hero.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing if you couldn't tell.
Maybe they'll let you into the workshop.
Whose workshop?
The workshop.
The workshop? I got a lot of blueprints, if you didn't know.
Yeah, we were supposed to share them, but then that little challenge thing happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Couldn't do that after
wait, do
school.
you
I was like,
have a dollar?
Maybe. He
Like a
did,
signed dollar?
no. What do you mean a signed dollar?
Okay. Alright.
Wait, what's a signed dollar?
Mark of the agency.
Agency?
You know, the thing almost every superhero is a part of. Almost.
Look, man, they haven't told me like anything, honestly.
They don't.
I don't even know what agency I'm working for.
The only one out there for people like us, I guess. Kind of like Justice League Unlimited.
Fair enough. Should we head to that portal?
Yeah,
Alright, let's go.
and we see you guys parkour, and we swap over to Trower's room. Your leg is now in a has been in a cast. Also, just compression wraps all around,
Yeah,
and
just trying to make the best out of it with Japanese TV.
you have been enjoying something that's called common something.
Cameron, right?
I know, but I don't know if
Cam
it's
and
still called
Sailor.
common.
Hey,
Cam and Sailor.
kind of reminds me of Rock and Roller.
And amongst other anime shows that haphazardly
Fucking
come
weeb.
on. Shut the fuck up, Stomp. And so you kind of get through all of this, and the woman from the sanctum you were first at kind of appears in the chair in front of your bed.
Oh, no. Hello?
Hi. How are you mending?
As well as to be expected, I suppose.
To be expected. Well, I heard about your friend.
What about him?
Off and onward and upward, apparently. The news?
I saw that. I just didn't know if you had heard anything specific.
Well, apparently I'm supposed to bring you to the specifics, and I can't bring you into the specifics with your legs in a cast like that, can I?
I can deal with it.
This is gonna take weeks to get over. Well, actually, it already takes weeks for. It only takes a modern sentence. I don't know. She kind of just mumbles a bit, and she kind of just walks over, and she puts the staff kind of like in front of the way, and she just starts weaving signs.
I'm just kind of watching. I don't expect an attack or anything, so whatever.
Yeah, and after a couple minutes, like maybe two, she kind of like thrusts her hand through like the circle and of the signs that she's been weaving, and she takes the hand and then lowers it onto like the leg, and you can just your body just starts sweating madly as your metabolism just gets kicked into overdrive. And you can hear like your bones creaking like ships as they're kind of weirdly re-put together. If you have a condition, you can unmark it. And you can at least now walk, and everything all over aches. And you're super thirsty at the end of it.
I imagine I have water or something like that, so I down that before I try to talk. And then just, well, thank you. It saves a lot of time.
You are of purpose. I only cut it off to where you're only as bad as your rich friend who could, or the envoy, I suppose, I don't know how you see him, could afford. Such is the nature of this world. Some people get the super healing shots, and some people have to rely on the charity of others.
Sure.
In any case, let's get moving, and each of you are kind of brought through like this portal that kind of just opens up with a whoosh, and with orange lights you kind of just step forward into blackness, and then you end back up in the sanctum. Crossfire doesn't go with you, Bodkid. She just waves and then goes off on her own.
And this is
Y'all
this.
brought to a hallway in the sanctum, not the artifact hallway, but something a bit more private. And in sitting across from you is a figure that is very well known to the world, or maybe not as well known to the hero world. And we see this character.
Ooh.
And he's there without the mask and without he does have the gun and the mask is on his hip and he is in his suit.
Oh dang, my mic was muted. I didn't even realize.
Solid. And he just kind of looks to you. His eyes look a bit haggard. His shoulders look a he has a bit sweater, more poor paw. And he's just kind of like leaning like against the wall as he looks to you. There's a tablet in his hand that he seems to be just furrowing his brow at constantly.
Is it just him and Eddie in this room, or is Traveler also here?
Traveler and Kaz are also here.
Oh, okay. Eddie just kind of looks around, sees that he is in fact not alone, and just turns to the two of them and says, "Who are them? Who are them? Or who is he?"
Out of character. I'm trying to remember. Has Traveler met Shroudhound?
I don't think so, but I would think actually you might have. He's shown up maybe a couple times to the coffee shop.
Okay. I believe that's Bastion's father, or one of the people he calls his dad. Shroudhound.
Huh.
He's a notorious kind of like dug in deep, somewhat superpowered hero. He mostly works on guns and like his kind of like specialized guns, gadgets for takedowns, but he's known to have teleportation ability. A kind of like deep and rugged investigative hero. I think Eddie would have heard of him before.
Oh, in that case, then. Oh, like how well would you say Eddie would have probably heard of him?
He's kind of like Batman-esque
Oh, okay.
for notoriety.
Oh, okay.
Not in
So-
like the horrible way, but in the he gets down and dirty.
Oh, all right. Dang, you should have told me that before. But Eddie's just gonna like slowly take a couple steps forward, and then do his Eddie thing, and say, "Hi, Bloodhound. I really like your gadgets."
Shroudhound and
Oh, Shroudhound. Sorry.
thanks. And he takes your hand and just gives it a brief shake and just pulls it back to his side. And goes, "You're Bodkid?"
Yeah.
Great. I'll need to have a conversation with you afterwards.
That's cause for mild panic.
Membership and all that. So I come from tidings from the boss. He has ordered the calamity in the wake of Bastion filing out our organization to stand down for a week. In the wake, Kaz, you're being offered a membership into the calamity due to its members already being too few.
Oh, well, they made such a good impression on me. How could I ever say no to that? In case you don't understand sarcasm, that was very sarcastic.
Yeah, when he said that, Traveler just kind of looked down and away.
Stunning. It should continue being the calamity then.
Well, if I do this, just know that everything Johnson still has on me, fav wise, that's done. We're quit after that. If I do this.
That's fine.
Alright.
Johnson's been circling the wagons, and if he needs, well, a lot of us are wondering where the hell we're gonna be in the next couple years.
I think's that Dyer over here.
Hmm?
I think's that Dyer over there over the pond.
I wouldn't say dire. It's just that shakeup that happens every generation, but I didn't realize that your generation would have it immediately.
Oh goody. So I also take over on a crisis situation.
When I say crisis, I would say avoid.
Okay. I had worse projects going on. Okay. Though there will be conditions.
Yeah, you'll get paid. Limited access and all that.
No. Not even that. We we have to rework our little team here a little bit. To make them a little bit safer around people.
That's between the Calamity and you, then.
Alright.
Not what I'm here for. You ordered to stand down. As of 24 hours ago, Bastion has left the organization to become an independent hero. Johnson wasn't going to get in the way of that. And he also just kind of just brings up his hand to his face and kind of just rubs the grip from like one of his eyes. Let's see. Amongst that, there's also been some leaving of certain other heroes from the organization, mostly tied to Bastion and your own Pantheon, although one has stayed on as a contractor of sorts. And yeah. Bodkid, I need to get you your dollar, and I need to inform you everything you've probably been questioning about.
Oh, thank God, because I have a lot of questions.
So do you? Oh, if you allow me just to take him to the, and he pulls out this kind of like suitcase, and inside the suitcase there's like a dollar bill, already signed and with an X underneath it and a laminator.
Well, that only raises more questions.
Yeah, I'm here for about the next, and he looks at his watch, 30 minutes. I would like to get some sleep.
Understandable.
Wonderful. So, if you two will be excused to the other room.
I look around there. Wait, there's another room in this white void?
Yes. Of course there's another room in this white void.
Alright.
There's always another room.
Alright. I look around and kind of aimlessly like walk off.
Yeah, Traveler just kind of starts limping in a direction, I guess.
And as you guys close out, he goes, "Okay, I'll be blunt. You've been working for the Illuminati."
Like the actual Illuminati, or like is this some?
Like the actual Illuminati.
And he just takes a legitimate deep breath.
Like, we've been working since the mid-centuries of the last millennium
Huh.
in order to make the world a better place.
So, like, how much of what people say about the Illuminati is true, though?
Not much. Actually, we don't do mind controlling. We do the. It's more like Men in Black.
Okay. Okay, so more MIB, less New World Order. More kind of like, okay, like more guard humanity from the shadows, less trying to take over the world and removing all free will from existence.
Yeah, that's also a myth of paranoia.
All right.
There have been worse cases of human othering.
Okay.
So every place you time got through a portal that's been Illuminati property, we pose as the agency.
Okay.
If you're gonna be a mysterious hero organization, you might as well have a vague and mysterious name. And if you'll sign $1, you'll be a member, and yeah.
Do I sign it as me or as hero name?
Probably hero name would be way better.
Understandable. Yeah, he takes the card and
You
just
take the
writes-
$1.
Yeah, takes the dollar and writes Bodkid, underlines it, and draws a second D, and then writes an arrow, and then draws an arrow through the D.
Trademarking is apparently important. And he just puts it into the laminator. And after a couple minutes, hands you the product.
So am I like, is this like mafia stuff now, or?
You showed $1 to someone. You either look like a weird, or they also have $1.
Okay, yeah, because Crossfire was asking me about if I had $1 yet.
Yeah, she's also a member of your generation being into it. Funny enough, her mentor isn't a member,
All right,
but
makes
he
sense.
knows because he's a presumptuous ass like that.
Makes sense, I guess.
You got anything else?
Yeah. Crossfire was also mentioning some kind of workshop.
Yeah, R&D's department for heroes.
How do I get access to that? I have a lot of blueprints.
Yeah, those don't need to be green lighted by the Cyclops in charge.
So I can't just walk in there and make my things myself?
No, but usually Cyclops signs off on most of anything unless it's, you know, crossing the line.
Would a shotgun arrow across the line?
It might.
How about a napalm arrow?
Definitely. Maybe.
Alright, so that's one blueprint off the list. I got a lot of these, by the way.
That's fine. I don't need to worry about that. You know how I have specialized ammunition.
Yeah, you got a lot of it too.
Exactly. Try to think outside.
Alright, so
Show up, sign in, get escorted, key in, get your stuff approved, work on it.
okay.
Try to keep your human life together.
Yeah, it's kind of falling apart right now, but
Good. As soon as it falls apart, there's makes it easier to, rebuild.
It might not for me. I'm kind of not even an adult, but
Yeah, I know. But
all right. So is there anything else I need to do, or am I in?
yeah, try to figure out a leader for the team, preferably someone with $1. Either you a traveler in that case.
Okay.
Kaz is a contractor,
Okay.
and you can send Kaz in.
Okay. And he just like slowly walks out, holding that dollar in both hands, and just says, "Kaz, he wants to talk to you now."
All right.
And yeah, he's still working on that like iPad.
The what?
He's still just his eyes are like you walk in and his eyes are just glued to that iPad.
You cut out at the exact moment where you're trying to say what he's glued onto.
His eyes are glued to his iPad, like just on the screen.
iPad. Okay, yeah. Mr. Shroudhound.
Yeah, okay. I sentence you to detention.
Detention.
Yeah, detention. What is your demands?
If I do this, I want to be leader.
Nope.
Why not?
Cause he wants not an independent contractor.
I worked for this agency stuff that you have going on more often than I did in my own country. What's the issue?
He kind of just looks at the pad and goes, well, for one thing, you can't handle foreign relations for shit.
Just because I have a little bit of Japanese racism in me doesn't mean
Extremism?
I can't work.
Japanese extremism.
Let's just call the child by its name, shall we? It doesn't mean I'm not gonna care for them.
And the snide and snarky remarks.
Despise those two, they need all the care they can get, and they surely didn't get it so far. I want to change that, but I also want to be the leader, so I will be able to tell them what to do.
You can work out something. That's up to the Calamity. Mr. Johnson, however, would like the spokesperson to not be you, as you did leave the media to Bastion.
So the spokesperson is either gonna be someone very weird, who I assume may be a time traveler, or the hyperactive kid with the arsenal that, like, probably just mercilessly like disregards the Geneva Conventions.
Homegrown terrorist? Yeah. Because at that point, that's a lot more charming than the Prince of Tokyo.
The media love me.
Yeah. Any case. Otherwise, whatever you do, whatever pet projects and shaping, you're still off duty for a week. You need to gel something for the future. Or maybe set up a temporary arrangement for something or whatever the hell, I don't know.
Well, I got my own battles going on.
Yeah, I know about Iron Mountain.
Yeah, you still haven't helped me with him very much, even though it's usually your problem, or should be your problem.
The man's been isolationist for since ever you first started on the scene. He's got his bit of land.
Yeah, an isolationist with an army of robots.
Well, trying to make sure the world doesn't end up in the hands of omnipotent birds. What was it?
I don't know. Something about birds.
Witches. Before that was, oh my God, I can't remember what the calamity's been sent into. In any case, you're now sent to
Yes.
just to do the thing, I guess. I don't know.
Cool. All right. How about you teleport us to my penthouse in Halcyon?
Yeah, sure. I would just like to talk to Traveler for a sec.
Oh, okay. Sure. All right, Traveler, it's your turn to be screamed at.
She comes limping in.
And the door kind of closes and he waits for it and he looks up to you and you can actually see he's got a frown and the man actually looks sad. It's not your fault.
Perhaps.
It's not a perhaps, it's not. Johnson's taking responsibility.
No, that doesn't change anything.
No, it doesn't. He's still going to be off doing whatever the hell. But it's not because of you. And I just want you to know that.
She just nods very unconvincingly.
You were the bright spot on his day, funny enough. Whatever hell you guys got thrown into, he always looked forward to the cafe and you and the witch down there. And I want to thank you for that.
The same kind of nod.
Is there anything you want to talk to me about?
Not that I can think of. No, sir.
It's gonna be a bit of a mess for the future.
I agree.
I don't know, kid.
I don't know that the calamity continuing is the best idea.
And he kind of just shrugs and he goes, maybe not, but it's had a hell of a record.
She gives the same kind of nod again.
Best damn crack teenager unit I've ever seen. Even if it was yelling at each other.
I suppose there needs to be more teams then if this was the best.
Well, maybe not, well, the best I've seen. At least in takedown wise, but yeah, teams don't happen very often. Usually it's you hit it or you don't. And just please don't take it too hard on yourself, okay?
The same unbelievable nod, or that she's been giving.
And with that, he just kind of like picks up his gun and just walks out the door.
And she just turns and joins the others.
The old man gone?
He
Yeah, he kind of just turns the corner.
Oh, god damn it.
He literally walks past you and Jizo kind of just brushes up to the party.
Well, Chizu, can you take us to Halcyon City? Preferably my penthouse.
Just walk through the doorway behind you, and once again, that kind of self-same teleporter activates.
Oh, beautiful. Alright, kids, follow me.
And so you guys travel through, and she kind of just waves at you guys before you kind of just settle out, and you end up in Kaz's basically mirrored apartment, but you recognize the city line to not be Tokyo anymore, but Halcyon City.
Javas make us 3 Red Bulls. And then, like a robot arm kind of descends from the ceiling and just like takes 3 Red Bulls out of the fridge, puts it on the table. Alright, everyone sit down. Let's talk about this.
Traveler just kind of sighs and sits down. She doesn't open the Red Bull or anything, though.
Oh, you will need that.
Eddie does, however, take the drink and also sits down and
Nice.
cracks that bitch open.
So, I was contracted to join this team. As you know, and as you probably heard, your other teammate Bastion, he went his own way. So they're trying to fill up the lack of members, I guess.
They should just end the team.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your
This
horses
team ain't
there.
ending.
What was that?
This team is not going to end.
My thinking. I was hired to save this team. I'm not gonna give up on that.
No, I know it's continuing. I just think it shouldn't. But that's
It
irrelevant
should.
if Johnson orders otherwise.
Well, what are your concerns, traveler?
It's just too chaotic.
That I agree with, but now I'm here, and I will bring some structure into all of this. How's that sounding?
She just shrugs, and I'm here. I'm been assigned to this team. I'm not going anywhere. So
Alright, but before I take over, some rules. No more lethal injuries. Both of you. No more cutting off of limbs. No more Geneva Convention hurting arsenals. Is that good?
to be fair, that was never my intention.
Exactly. What brings us to our second point. You need some power restrictions, lady. You're wielding your powers like you're trying to hold a goddamn tornado in a handbag. Like, did nobody approach you about that?
With the exception of this incident, I believe they've been I've been adequate in my use of them.
Well, I will build you something nice that will make it easier and safer for you to wield your powers. Because I don't want to be trapped in a goddamn black hole anymore. One time, bro, is enough.
I don't even know what that was.
I don't know either, and I don't want to know.
I think I trust Traveler enough not to trap me in a black hole.
Well, were you there?
I wasn't, but I've known Traveler for a longer time than I've known you.
Interesting.
I can assure you that it won't happen intentionally.
I never assumed it would happen intentionally. That's quite the problem. All right, coming to your DIY superhero over here, you need some support, some equipment, and maybe someone who puts you in a nice suit. Like that looks like you scrambled together something out of the kitchen from your mom. I point at your costume. Is it even bulletproof?
No, why would it be bulletproof?
Because you're a superhero. You get shot at.
No, I'm an archer. I shoot at other people.
Yeah, but they shoot back.
Not if you get them first.
That's optimistic. But still, I would like to have you as, I guess, the most normal around here to have like at least a decent costume.
I don't need you to make things for me.
Really.
I can make my own things. I just don't have the money or the supplies.
I have the money and I have the supplies. You can build what you want as long as it doesn't like blow up like orphanages.
I don't think you understand. I'm a hero. I'm not going to blow up orphanages.
Well, you certainly tried to steal a mystical artifact from a
Hey!
sacred place.
Hey! No. We don't
And
talk about that.
And coming to that, then you refuse to give it back.
We don't talk about that.
Also, what is that about the blood letter arrow that I saw in your blueprints?
Wait, what?
And never mind.
Oh, you mean the blood letter arrow?
Exactly.
Oh, that's literally just an arrow with a serrated blade, so it's harder to pull out.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, it's not lethal. It's kind of like getting shot with a hollow point bullet, but it's an arrow.
Yeah, this will be some work.
If you're robbing a bank and you get a serrated blade through your leg, you're less likely to do it again.
No, you don't shoot people in the leg. You'll hit an artery and kill them faster than if you hit them center mass.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, you guys. We're superheroes. You can't like lethally wound people.
Yeah, I don't want to lethally wound people. I just want to incapacitate them.
Yeah, but there's so much better ways to do that than letting them bleed out.
Well, if they surrender like, a normal human being would when they get shot by a serrated arrow, they won't bleed out.
Well, but we live in a time and age where they're not normal people around. We're superheroes.
Yeah, they're superheroes. Yeah, they're supervillains, so they'll probably be fine, honestly.
Not every supervillain can survive a lethal round to the artery.
Yeah, I just said I'm not going to shoot them in the arteries. Like I said, you hit center mass. Aim center mass. That way they won't get hurt as badly. Do you know
No
anything about
bloodletting
projectile
arrows.
warfare?
No bloodletting arrows.
Eddie visibly, he squints. He just squints, takes a sip of his Red Bull, and says, "Bloodletting arrows are a good idea."
Well, if you want to go super villain or super vigilante, sure. But not while you're working with the Illuminati. They're supposed to be superheroes.
You wouldn't know it as the Illuminati, you know it as the agency.
Oh, the agency. Yeah, okay. Potato.
Yeah, really, but still, there's a difference into keeping one secret.
Anywho, we will work on that we don't kill everyone we come across. And one day, some people might see us as actual superheroes. But until then, this will be, I guess, our headquarters, so make yourself comfortable. And I will probably try to build something for you, Traveler, so you don't accidentally do that again, what you did, whatever that was.
I would just practice more.
That too. That too.
And now, I believe we're going to get into the free session part of the somewhat free week. Which means 3 days of deciding what you do during the day, trying to figure out stuff, trying to build stuff, trying to train stuff.
Heck yeah.
Or doing other things.
I think everybody knows what Eddie's gonna be doing.
You just got access to lab and supplies.
Damn straight he did.
And so Eddie's going to be working on that. Traveler, you're going to be working on training.
I'm not going to be using the penthouse as a base of operations, and or like I'm not going to be staying there.
You're not using the what?
Kaz's penthouse as like the base of operations for me. Like she'll show up there if like there's a meeting or something like that, but she's not staying there otherwise.
I'm sorry, you cut off for a second. You're not using the what?
The Kaz's penthouse.
Oh,
Like she'll show up if there's a meeting or something like that, but she pops back into her place at Bastions, gets what little is actually hers, and then she just starts roughing it on the streets. And she's gonna for the training.
you're moving out of the cafe?
Yep.
Okay. So, you're going to be roughing it out on the streets for the coming day?
No, that's just
and
where she's gonna.
training?
As far as she's intending, that's where she's gonna be living from now on.
Yep. And are
And
you going to be training?
The training is more of basically solo vigilante work.
Okay, then. And then what is Kaz going to be working on?
I will build something that will help Traveler to restrict her powers and maybe like channel it more safely, so she doesn't like explode anymore.
Okay, then.
Dampen her field.
Roll. We're going to start with you.
All right.
You can roll me freak.
All right. Where's my sheet? There. Damn it.
Yep, you don't get anywhere. What you end up is just PTSD.
Dang.
Just you remember those fields and like your entire body shudders and then like your entire body's in pain and then
Ugh.
you're just trying to figure out from the one last bit of suit cam footage you have left, and you still can't figure out what the hell is powering her field. The day's a wash. Stomp.
Throwing down my tools and just saying, all right, time for video games.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here.
Bodkid, you end up in a very pristine facility, and you end up looking at a woman in this kind of beefy suit, and she's wearing a mask that makes her look like kind of like a queen bee of sorts, like the bumblebee fight mask almost.
Oh,
And she looks up to you and goes, "Oh, you're the new person.
yeah, I am.
Welcome."
Thank you. Is this where I go to get blueprints okayed?
No, that'll be an R&D.
Oh, okay.
Head down the 4 stairwells, and then you'll arrive, and then it's the third door on your left.
Oh, okay.
And she just
thank
presses a button, and like one of the wall panels just falls away.
Oh, okay. I guess. Eddie's got like a giant backpack full of blueprints. Like literally.
There are no windows anywhere to this
spooky,
place.
spooky, but expected. Anyway,
And
Eddie's
you
gonna
kind of
like,
oh, go on.
Eddie's just gonna like try to make his way over there, but every time he sees Hero, he recognizes he's gonna have to muffle a squeal. Like
Yeah.
a fangirl squeal.
You
Probably gonna take him about 9 hours to make a 13-minute walk.
you take about 30 minutes to get down there, and it takes a bit after trying to get over the last armory member leaving the department that's labeled R&D, when you see this kind of humongous workshop arena slash machine shop, and then on another side is just this chemistry lab almost.
Cool.
And it just keeps going on, and in front of you there's this 10-foot tall cyclops with a lab coat on and some pants.
Eddie just like very shyly walks up to him, kind of pulling the backpack off, and says, excuse me?
Yes, little one.
Where do I go to get blueprints okayed?
That would be my survey.
Alright, is there any kind of form I have to fill out, or do I have to just...
I look over them and I say yes or no.
Okay. Eddie's gonna like reach into his bag. He has to put it in a bag and like has to dig through it for like a solid 5 minutes. And then he finally finds the one he wanted. He pulls it out, hands it to the gargoyle. Or not the gargoyle, the Cyclops. And it's just a basic ass rope arrow like every fucking archer hero has.
Yes.
Okay, can I get multiple okayed at once? Or...
Yes.
Cool.
The blueprint gets okayed, and then you can make any number quantity of those arrows.
Perfect. Nice.
If I may, you may want to add a miniature winch to help climb.
Wait, I thought... Oh no, that's a different thing, actually. I'm going to be building that separately so I don't have to make another one for every single one. That's actually something that I think every other hero messes up on.
Okay. Well then,
then-
here's you're okay for the arrows. There's materials are going to be in that. 8.2 is left. That and the boxes, you just kind of wave your dollar around till the box turns green, and then you get what you need, and then you work on it.
Okay, awesome. Can I get a second one approved, or...
Yep.
Cool,
Actually, just give me as many as you want to approve right now.
cool. For out of character right now, I'm just gonna do 3 for the sake of fucking not being here for 5 billion years.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you also want to do your suit renovations?
Honestly, I kind of want to do that later because I like the meme of him be. Actually, fuck it, yeah. Sure, I'll just say that's one of the blueprints because I can't remember where my fucking file full of these bullshit things are. The second arrow he's gonna get done is essentially just like the flashbang arrow that every archer has ever.
Also okayed immediately.
Awesome. And then
Everything that's okayed basically, and also your suit also gets like the
hell,
kind of Kevlar weather padding.
yeah, it's essentially just his already existing suit, except for it actually looks like a good suit, and it has a little bit of padding, mostly around the chest,
Yup.
and it's actually
Kind of
got
Batman-esque, and like I mean
I actually used to have,
protection-wise, it's
I actually,
Batman-esque,
I
but
actually used to have a picture that was a good representation of. Let me see if I can find it, because I actually. Whatever, I'll find it later. I'll probably find it like the moment this fucking game ends, knowing my luck.
and it looks a lot less like sweatpants and more like an actual kind of like Daredevil Netflix-esque suit.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. So Eddie's
roll
just gonna go.
me
What am I rolling on?
who freaks the first freak will be for the arrows, and then the second freak will be for suit progress.
-2. This is gonna be not good. There's a 3. There's a 3.
All right.
2 potential on that.
You make some minimum progress on the arrows, and you make some minimum progress on the suit.
Damn. Oh fuck! You know what'd been a cheese move right there.
What?
Fucking call the new arrow blueprints a new piece of gear, and then roll no powers and not nearly enough training on that. That was a fucking cheese move right there.
I'll allow it
You'll
for
allow it?
next time you roll it.
Yeah. Perfect. That'll be fucking pure cheese.
For at least these two things, I'll allow it.
Alright.
And then we get to Traveler. You kind of sneak out. I feel like you sneak out of the cafe while Bruja's working.
Yeah, it's like a pop in my room, get what little I have, and pop out, teleportation style.
And you're gonna roll me a danger. Lucid?
Did you hear what I said about the sneaking out?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. When you said you imagine I sneak out, I said yeah, basically pop into my room, grab what little I have, and pop out teleportation style.
Do you grab the laptop you used to watch movies?
Nope, it's not mine.
This is absolutely depressing. Yeah, I'm saying you break up a couple of robberies and stuff pretty easily, muggings and all that.
Okay.
And why don't you go and roll me that for the next day too?
All right. And yeah, and with my powers, I figured it's pretty easy to find like safe places and stuff like that, and weird out of the way areas for sleeping and stuff.
Yeah, you're making your way through the warehouse district pretty easily. Yep, and basically you also just demolish a minor supervillain. The next day after that, let me see, who do you get? Who the hell do you beat the crap out of?
Well, we never did anything with the living Luddite from our opening story.
You didn't, so I'm gonna say you beat up some of the living members of the army of the Anachronism. And you get a read on that the living Luddite might be moving up again into Halcyon.
I'll save that for an official meeting or something. Otherwise, I'll follow up on it on my own when I can. And
He's gonna be.
No, go on.
He plans to do the good work, and you can already see that he's you kind of break it up around the warehouse district amongst like the manufactured goods, and they talk about the port. Kaz, are you still doing the same thing?
I mean, yeah. If I got something in my head, might as well do it. Especially if it might save some life.
Continue. Roll me Freaker Superior for this next one.
Oh,
Actually,
superior.
roll me Superior if you want to try and figure out Traveler's kind of teleportation. Okay.
Yep.
So you kind of figure out the science behind Traveler's teleportation, and sure enough, she basically warps one instance, the same instance of time, rips open reality into something that she knows to exist and can clearly kind of like see, and pass through it without a second being lost.
Oh.
And now you can take a +1 to the freak roll.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. No, wait, it didn't count
How the
should be a
hell?
+2 then. Wait.
Yeah, it should be a +2, so it's a 6 though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you also kind of like you at least work on the physics, and then you kind of like try to figure out like a dampener, like an emergency dampener for like whenever it starts going wrong, and you just can't figure out.
Fine, I just build another. Just take an additional core with me and then blow it up in her face if that happens again. Fuck. Just once again, just like throw down my tools.
And Jarvis kind of like pulls over and he goes, "That might not be the best aspect of a leader."
But it worked last time. Shut up. Sorry that I can't fix weird time traveling things. Other than to blow them up. I get there. Come on, give me some slack.
I'm not giving you. I am not hampering you, creator. I am just simply pointing out, saying I'm going to throw something in my friend's face to blow them up, or my ally's face to blow them up, is not exactly befitting of someone who wishes to be their leader.
Didn't mean that literally. Just throw it into the time travel portal storm and then hope for the best. Just like I did last time.
As a man of science, I'm hoping you would realize how terrible that sounds.
That is science.
And just you hear the intercom just click. And we roll into it's day 1. Stomp your rolls as you kind of pop in again.
Alright, am I doing the no powers, no nearly enough training meme?
Yep.
Hella. Boop. Skladoo.
You're almost done with the set of arrows. And you made some good progress with the suit. You at least have it outlined. And you have the materials on a table. You have learned how to sew things together.
Nice. The DIY hero.
The Cyclops, whose name you can't remember, and you don't remember it being told to you, nods approvingly, or just nods approvingly. And you come home and you see your you kind of bump into your mother heading out, and she goes, "Oh, dinner's in the microwave."
Cool. Awesome. Thanks.
Do you want to get a movie like tomorrow?
I got things I need to do tomorrow, but what time is it in character?
It's like 10 p.m.
Oh, 10 p.m. He's gonna be like, I've got things I need to do tomorrow, but the day after I should be good.
And she kind of perks up at that and goes, "Okay, that'll work."
I can already feel that you're prepping some skeevy shit, crying.
So now we're moving on to the 20th, so it's day 3. Yep. Yep. It's day 3, and we're gonna open up with Traveler. Roll me another danger. Are you following up on the Living Ludite situation?
Yep.
So roll me a freaking and a danger.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, you find them. You get a +1 to your danger.
That's with the +1.
I'm
That's
gonna
with,
say you
that's with
take.
the +1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you take. You can choose to take a condition or 1 powerful blow.
So this is basically for how the fight went.
Yeah. As you kind of
Would
ambush
there
them.
have been any way to use before we get started?
Oh, I forgot about that roll. Sure.
Kind of scope it out, watch them a bit, and then would I get that +1 on that instead of the danger?
No, I'd say you keep the +1 on the danger,
Okay.
but yeah, I say you can roll before we get started. Yeah, that's a super good freaking move.
Yeah.
Wow, holy crap. Yeah, so never mind. You don't get any scratch at all. Like there's times when like a bullet whizzes past you, but you kind of like open up like a miniature portal, loop it into another guy's basically 5.
Yeah, sounds about accurate. She's more or less reverting to soldier form.
You are, and it's kind of just you let one guy go, I feel like, just so they know you from now on.
I can live with that, yeah.
And we see just like the media come on to like the empty warehouse, like, or just this warehouse like filled with dudes knocked out. We have these cool like transition panels of you just kind of just sliding through portal after portal to just drop kick another dude, portal like before you even hit the ground, portal again, grab onto like a shelving, pull it down on another guy, and continue just dismantling them.
I'm picturing a recreation of the scene of like when Spider-Man tries to punch the Spot. He punches him in the chest and punches himself in the face.
Yeah,
Something
that
like
also
that.
works. Man, I haven't read that comic in a long while. I actually remember owning that issue. Good times. But yeah, you untouchable is the rumor that's starting to go about the woman who uses these weird portals. And you're kind of just settling in for the night, and you see a lone figure in the doorway that kind of just opens it.
Yes,
And we're gonna switch over to Kaz.
Should I try one more time?
Please.
Yeah, I'm sitting at the workbench, like hunched over and just surrounded by tools and empty Red Bull bottles.
Yep. Have you slept?
No, because
You're-
Java's nagging kind of kept me like awake. He like tickled my pride.
You're like halfway into like Persona 5.
Can I still take the +1 for the freak?
Also, you can use that or not, or the gadgets today.
Okay, so either will freak or savior.
Yeah. Freak or
I mean
superior. Always
prepared.
prepared.
Yeah, alright. Fucking finally.
So you get a harness up that basically is just a knock knock thing. Jab a needle into a place and just knock her out. Actually, no, that didn't even work last time. It wouldn't work like that. So basically, what happens is the portals stop having that transitive property and just gets turned into like miniature walls.
Alright, that's something I say as I hold like the harness up.
And Bodkid,
Yo,
let's see if you can finish that suit.
am I rolling your powers?
Yes.
Skedaddly skedoodly. Time to fail a doodly. Oof. Oof.
No progress is made on the suit.
You've gotten like what, an advancement and a half so far?
Yeah. I
I've
will
got
say
4
you do
advancements.
have working prototypes of the rope arrow.
Perfect.
The flashbang arrow is blowing up before, like, when you kind of like are starting to shoot it. So it's exploding prematurely, and you're kind of tired of getting eye damage.
He has to feel his way around the workshop now.
Yeah. And you just kind of get home and you're just
He
wearing
actually is
sunglasses.
Daredevil.
And I feel like the time in the workshop is kind of therapeutic for Bodkid, even though he's not getting much of anywhere. Actually, you can roll me superior. See if
Roll
you can.
superior.
Yeah.
Alright.
Preparations. Yeah, so
Roll
I'll say you
this.
also just get working kind of like prototypes for the flashbang arrow. Or you have
Hell
it
yeah.
almost ready to where you can set it up on the fly.
Hell yeah.
But you're gonna have to take a second to kind of like take the cartridge, throw it into the arrow, or latch it onto the arrow, and then fire it. And then yeah, but your suit still doesn't have much besides that basic outline. And then we're back to Traveler, and inside the kind of doorway is just we see Bruja.
Yeah, and they first walked in, kind of powered up some portals around my fist, and then recognized who it is, and just, what?
Not you two.
I'm fine.
Obviously, you must be fine. You're about ready to jump on anybody who comes at you.
I'm in an out of the way place, obviously. Prepared to defend myself if need be. For somebody to find me here.
Traveler, that's no way to live. And you left without even saying goodbye or an explanation?
It's going around.
Yeah, awesome. You know, it's such a great thing to get a breakup over a nice letter.
I wouldn't know.
Please come back.
I'm fine.
It's so empty.
Out of character. Didn't like the assistant or whatever live there too?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought other people lived there as well.
No, it's just you free.
Perhaps you can sublet. There's a housing crisis going on right now.
I can't help sublet that place. The amount of super business goes on inside of it.
I'm sure there are supers who could use a place to live.
Please come back. She like I don't want to be alone again.
In the end, we're all alone.
We don't have to be. We don't have to drive everyone on one away just because of some high and mighty purpose. Just because you're going through some shit doesn't mean you have to be cruel to everybody else and inflict it.
I'm only inflicting anything on those who deserve it, the criminals.
I don't even mean physically, I mean emotionally.
We're stronger without the ties.
That's bullshit.
They can't be used against you if you don't have them.
That's other bullshit. Sam told when you came about your situation. There was a group of people that believed in the better world. It wasn't just one person. It was a team.
And they're all dead.
You're working to fix that.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore with the timeline. Everything's so different now. And she kind of looks up.
I
like
was having nightmares of just the world being an endless daylight. No night, just two suns. Constantly beating down on the earth.
Well, if the timeline...
4 nights ago, there... Now there's only one sun in the dream and I slept peacefully.
Well, if major events in the timeline haven't changed eventually, there will be two suns. So, perhaps you're seeing the future.
But now there's only one sun.
And perhaps now you're seeing the present.
Trevor, you can't just give in. You're the best shot this world's got now. Or the best shot I've got now. You're the best shot that the old lady down the street.
I'm still working to get rid of those elements that would do harm.
But you don't have to give up your humanity for it. You don't have to give up your friends.
I still have the team if a mission is assigned.
Where's the team?
They're at the new guy's apartment. We haven't been given a mission in days.
Then why aren't you hanging with them? Doesn't look like much of a team if it doesn't get together.
I've been training.
Yeah, so I've heard, but Trevor, you're destroying everything. You were so happy. We were so happy. Everyone was so... It was so nice a week ago.
Well, I don't have a way to go back any further in the timeline and change things again.
You don't need to change anything but the present.
Clearly, I failed at my mission.
No one said that.
So now I'm just going to make the best of it and do what I can to stop those that deserve to be stopped.
If that works out, then you solve everything, right?
I'm sure there will always be more to stop.
Trevor, you gotta live a little bit.
My heart's still beating, I'm still breathing, I'm living.
No, that you're surviving. And she just kind of just, has made her way over to, maybe, 10 feet from you.
But thank you for reminding me of my original intent and the harm that the real villains of the world do, not just the ones in the brightly colored costumes.
Can I come closer?
You can go where you'd like, and then a portal underneath my feet and just drop away and go somewhere else.
She just kind of just shakes her head and... She just looks to the warehouse and she just weaves the iPad with just one notification on it. It's an email.
Well, if I ever go back to that spot, I might find it.
Hopefully you do, because I don't need this depression in my life. Alright guys, I think we're just gonna give me one last superior freak roll.
Oh,
Everybody?
me?
Yeah, or Kaz, what do you want to do?
Nah, I think I'm done. I probably call Traveler and tell her come by if you have time. And then PS, I can't move from the couch. Please come close.
Yeah, if she gets the message, she'd pop over during the day, next day, or whatever, if it was late now.
Yeah, I think you've teleported in and Cass sitting with these thick sunglasses and a Hawaii hemd and just boxer shorts on the couch. Just stares at the ceiling. Ah. You can see dark rings on his eyes somewhere beneath the sunglasses.
You should sleep more.
Oh, I didn't have time for that. I made this for you instead.
What is it?
Just see it as a failed switch. If you lose control, it will stop the world from ending.
You can keep it.
Why that? I spent like 3 days awake to make that for you.
Well, I never asked for it.
Well, but I want you to wear that so we're all safe. I don't doubt your skills, I'm just saying.
Well, we can keep it in reserve somewhere.
Alright, fair enough. Well, something else, and I point towards the gigantic balcony of the penthouse. You were so infatuated with the Sengan, so why don't you take care of that one over there? I don't think I can program Jarvis to make like Zen patterns in there. He doesn't know what Zen is. But you liked it, so there you go. Your very own Sengan. Maybe that will help you too. In some spiritual way.
If I find the time, maybe.
Alright, you're welcome. And then Cass slides off the couch and just rolls away.
And she just ports out of there again.
Yep. So you kind of just look at the harness and just go off.
Yep.
And then please tell me go back to the warehouse.
Yeah, if Bruja knows I'm there, I'm not going back there now. Maybe a few days later or something. Maybe. But now knowing
my
Bruja can track her, we'll probably try to make sure she really changes it up.
And so, okay. Then something next. I believe. You kind of just take another day, probably just still mugging people. Eddie, you're hearing online in the forums about this untouchable woman.
Oh boy,
Using
that sounds like
portals to beat up on like normal criminals and whatnot.
Does he recognize the fact that it's like there are reports of the fact that she's like teleporting and shit, right?
Yep.
What do I have to roll to realize that it's Traveler?
Probably superior.
Superior? Alright. Alright.
Yep, so as you're kind of working on the suit, you have most of the body armor done, but the stylizations and the hood and the mask isn't done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I posted a picture of what his costume essentially looks like. I'll actually draw a version of it eventually. But essentially just imagine that. He's just fucking Red Hood. Or Red Arrow, rather.
And you also still have your same bow.
Yeah. Alright. I guess Eddie's gonna go try to get Traveler in line. Time to do some tracky-dacking. And he's got the like really bad prototypes of both of his arrows, right?
Yep.
Nice. Yep, he is going hunting for the Traveler. She's in his turf now. He's the one who's used to dealing with petty criminals.
So roll me a freak, I guess.
Roll a freak. Nice. I can't win freaks. Hey, guess what? That's a fucking advancement. I've literally failed so many times this one session. I got an entire advancement.
Would you like to call Traveler?
Yeah.
Traveler, you get a call from Bodkid.
She just kind of sighs and answers it. Yes.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Right now I'm eating. And we see her like eating like thrown out pizza.
Yeah, I've gotten a good amount of heat on my multiple forums about a mysterious woman with teleporting powers who is going around mugging people.
I think he meant stopping mugging people, not mugging people. She was not mugging anybody.
Didn't you just say she was mugging people, crying?
That's what I'm saying. I think he meant stopping mugging.
I
Because I would argue that she's definitely not mugging people.
Mugging criminals.
Good old vigilante justice.
Yeah, she's stopping muggers and stuff like that, and along with the living Luddite, that minor supervillain, and his people.
either way.
Oh, I do have a point. At one point, you do come across a warehouse with an iPad. And a notification, and on the back of it, it says Sam.
I guess she takes it, but she hasn't looked at it or anything yet. But anyway,
Alright,
then
so
she goes, and
look, I've already had my dip into vigilante insanism or insanity. I think that's enough for one team.
there's nothing insane about stopping criminals.
It is when you're going around beating people into an inch of their life because they stole an old woman's purse.
It's training.
It's excessive use of force. That's like what you're doing is like Mike Tyson fighting a guy in a wheelchair and calling it training.
I'm stopping them more or less entirely using my abilities. That's training.
Yeah, but like I said, you're fighting people who are below your league.
It's still saving others, but it's fine. It's going to be stopping soon.
It's not fine. It's really not fine, Traveler.
It's going to be stopping soon.
And why is it going to be stopping soon? Are you gonna just like straight go villain or
No. There's just
then
others
then
that
what
are
are you
worse that can be stopped.
so
Eyeing bigger
essentially
targets.
I don't like the way you phrased that one.
I'm not killing anybody, if that's what you're getting at.
No, it's just the fact that you're calling them targets.
Do we have a mission?
No, I just realized that you're kind of doing what I was doing when we were in Japan. And when I did that, I ended up getting beaten by a man who could wield boulders, essentially.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Yeah, it would. So stop going mad, essentially.
Would you like to provoke or comfort or support, depending on your choice?
Yeah, I'll go with comfort or support. Let me do this fatty roll over here. Skedaddly. Oh, hey, I missed a mundane roll. That's new.
Well,
That's something you don't see every day out of a person with 3 mundane.
yep.
I roll a nat. I rolled a fucking nat 1 there. That's a damn L.
Yep.
That is.
Well, I don't think that goes anywhere.
Yep. It does not.
Nope.
And that's a bad look.
If we get a mission, I'll be there. Otherwise, I'm fine.
Hey, where are you living right now, by the way? Because weren't you living with, like, Bastion?
I've got a place.
Where?
Around.
Okay, yeah, that's the way a crazy person phrases that, traveler.
Or someone who's simply not looking for another lecture.
I don't. You're paranoid. You're coming off very paranoid right now. You know that, right?
It's not paranoia. I've just had somebody else try to give me the same talk, roughly, and I just don't need to hear it again.
You know, usually when multiple people tell you something just about the exact same thing, there's usually a reason.
At least from their perspective.
Have you considered that our perspective might be right? Because we're actually from this period of time.
And for you, perhaps.
That literally means nothing. You just said nothing.
Look, if we have a mission, give me a call and I'll be there. And then she just hangs up.
It's like talking to a brick wall.
And she goes back to eating her
Alright.
trash pizza.
Alright, fine. Alright, fine. Whatever. You're gonna end up in the hospital.
She hung up. I don't know if you're talking to yourself.
Damn. And he says that, and then he looks at his phone and realizes it's hung up, and he's like, is this what Bastion felt like? God. Anyway. God, there's gonna be a moment here in a bit. Eddie just kind of like, Eddie just sighs, pockets his phone, and starts walking home. After that,
And as we're kind of just sitting there in this kind of like liminal space,
No, you kind of cut out if you said as we're just sitting there.
it's the 5th day. We see Kaz just hibernate. We see Bodkid with most of his suit and is currently in a film with getting out of film with his mother, and we see Traveler outside kind of like digging through a dumpster. And all at once, there's just this siren that comes from Jarvis. There's sirens coming from your dollars, and it just this wailing noise with one monotone message of base breach, base breach, base breach. Head to nearest portal.
Heck. And Eddie's with his mom right now.
And she looks at that. She goes, "What?"
Don't worry about. Hold on, I gotta go. Eddie starts like immediately trying to like get away from the situation.
Eddie, what the hell?
Don't. I need to go. This is very important. I need to go now.
And you just kind of duck into an alleyway, and she just stoops her shoulders, and she goes, and she kind of pulls out a domino mask from like her handbag, and she goes, "I guess so."
Fuck! I knew you, you little shit crying. Fucking knew you.
And for you, everyone kind of just heads into transporters that are way too close to home, way too close. Like
my toilet.
exactly, like it's in like the floor of your shower just became a freaking teleporter.
That's fucking.
That's mad.
Yeah, if I can, I just
Oh
teleport
heck!
there
I
with
just
my own
realized
powers.
Eddie's not gonna have any of his gear. Shit.
And you guys get teleported into Johnson's office, and you can see him with a bulletproof vest, these kind of weird goggles on, and he has his hunting shotgun.
Oh God, is it Taco Tuesday?
And he goes, "No jokes. The base is under attack. They've broken in. Everyone's loose."
Who is they?
And he kind of brings up a shot. And we just see an army of what looks to be the Luddite members. And behind them, leading them through it, is just all these separate little villains. Dinomat, the Brain in a new kind of like sleek robot form. I mean, Sci-Fi Robot 2000. Let's see, who else did I have? We see Ellis Doom, and we see basically all of the Blinko goons, and just some of these and we see OL Cheetle, and of course, to top it off, Felinor Deathbots, leading one very, very happy-looking cat.
Oh, that little fucker.
Yes.
What a bastard.
And I'm about to close teleportation anything dimensional in about 5 seconds, and we just see like 20 more heroes kind of just like fill up the office very quickly, and then it's just halt. The last one in is Tewaz, and he kind of goes, "So I thought this wasn't supposed to happen." And everyone just looks at him with the realization of, "Oh shit." And we're gonna leave it there.
Nice.
Alright.
Oh my god, that fucking Traveler is just so fucking depressing. Holy shit.
I'm gonna grow closer to the team.
Fucking how?
I'm kidding.
That's a
Fucking
lie there,
who?
Jim.
Oh. No, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm growing away from the team at this point. if I don't know which one to take influence from if they have it. Both have their reasons to take it from, but probably from Bodkid if he has it.
I
Just-
don't. I only have influence over Rock and Roller, and he's dead.
Okay.
You want to grow into your own image?
Yeah, I'll do that, I guess. Do danger up, savior down. I think that seems kind of fitting.
Alright. Should I go next?
Sure.
Grow into your own image of yourself. Savior down. Danger up. He's becoming a more dangerous lad.
Yes, you're in a suit and with no bow,
Yep.
no arrows. It's gonna be great.
You watch, dude. He's gonna do it to him. Bet.
I'll grow into my own image and set my superior down because I took way too long. And I will put my freak up because now I'm sleep deprived.
Yep. Good
And
work there.
potentially even more dangerous than before.